So, what if you could completely transform your career and your income in the next year? I'm not talking about some vague dream. We're talking about real, data-backed career switches that tons of people are making right now.
And listen, this isn't just hype. This quote right here, it pretty much sums up the reality of today's job market. With just a few months of focused work, you can pivot into a role that could totally change your financial future. So think of this as your personal roadmap to get you there.
All right, for the next few minutes, let's go on a little guided tour of your potential future. We're going to break down 5 high-demand, high-paying careers that are basically wide open right now, especially for people coming from non-technical backgrounds. Let's kick things off with 2 of the most powerful roles in any company today: data and product. These are the people who are basically figuring out what a business should do next and how to make money doing it.
First up, the data analyst. You've probably heard the saying, data is the new oil, right? Well, these are the people who are mining it. They dive into raw numbers, find the hidden stories, and turn them into insights that drive huge business decisions. The demand for this is just exploding.
And you know what that demand means? It translates directly into salary. Globally, a data analyst can pull in somewhere between $90,000 and $140,000, and that's because they provide so much value, turning confusing data into clear, profitable action. It's a massive opportunity if you're kind of analytical and like digging into details.
So how do you actually get there? It's way more straightforward than you'd think. Here's your 4-month game plan. First, you master SQL. Think of it as the language you use to ask questions to a giant database. Then you really level up your Excel skills. Next, you learn a tool like Tableau or Power BI to make that data look beautiful and easy to understand. And finally, you start dipping your toes into a language like Python or R. That's it. That's the core.
Okay, path number 2, the product manager. People often call them the CEO of the product, and for good reason. They stand right at the center of business, tech, and what the customer actually wants. They make the big calls on what gets built. And here's the best part. You don't need to know how to code.
And because this job is so strategic, the pay is, well, it's significant. We're talking a range of $120,000 to $200,000. That seriously makes it one of the highest-paying, non-technical roles in the entire tech industry.
Now, what's super interesting here are the skills you need. It's not about being a tech wizard. It's about strategic thinking, about understanding your users by actually talking to them and figuring out their problems. And maybe the most important skill of all, influencing people without being their boss. This role is all about leadership and having a vision.
So let's put them side by side. If you lean more towards the technical and analytical side of things, data analyst might be perfect. But if you're more of a big picture, strategic communicator, you should seriously look at product management. The great news is both are totally achievable within 3 to 6 months of focused learning.
Okay, let's switch gears. We're moving to the front lines of the digital world, cybersecurity. And believe me, this isn't just another job. This is about protecting companies and people like you and me from threats that are constantly changing and getting smarter.
Just look at that number, 3.5 million. That's how many cybersecurity jobs are sitting empty right now, all over the world. The job security here is incredible. Companies are absolutely desperate for people with these skills. It's got to be one of the most recession-proof, even AI-proof careers out there. All right, so with that much demand, where on earth do you even begin? What's the secret key that unlocks the door to this whole field?
This is it. The CompTIA Security Plus certification is the universally recognized starting line. If you're serious about a career in cybersecurity, this is your first step. It is non-negotiable. This is the golden key.
Now let's shift from defense to offense. Our last 2 career paths are all about growth. Growing the business by getting more customers and growing the technology that supports it all. These are the engines that power everything.
Path number 4, the digital marketer. Simple fact. Every single business needs customers, and these are the experts who go out and find them online. They use data and creativity to attract people and turn them into customers. It's a really cool path for anyone who's got a creative streak but also loves to see the data and the results. And getting started is super accessible. Here's a 3-month plan for you. First, get certified in Google and Meta ads. Then learn the basics of SEO. That's just helping websites show up on Google. After that, get a handle on email marketing and master web analytics. You can learn pretty much all of this online, a lot of it for free.
And last but definitely not least, we have the cloud engineer. Okay, this is the elite tier.
These are the architects who are literally building the backbone of our digital world on platforms like Amazon's AWS or Microsoft's Azure. Pretty much everything you do online, it runs on the cloud, and these are the people who make it all possible.
Now, the learning curve here is a bit steeper, I'm not going to lie, but the reward is immense. Just look at that salary range, $130,000 to $220,000. Because this job is so fundamental to all modern tech, it's the highest paying career on our list today.
So just like we saw with cybersecurity, there's a very clear, well-defined entry point. There's one specific certification that tells every single employer that you're serious and you have the foundational knowledge they're looking for.
And here it is, the AWS Cloud Practitioner Certification. You can knock this out with about 2 months of solid studying. This is without a doubt your best first step into the incredibly valuable world of cloud computing.
Okay, we have covered 5 absolutely incredible career paths. But you know what? Information without action is totally useless. So let's shift our focus from what's possible to what are you going to do next? It is time for your 30-day mission.
Your mission, if you choose to accept it, is this simple. Number 1, pick one career from this list. Just one. Number 2, commit to learning about it for just 30 days. And number 3, and this is the most important part, start today. I mean right now. Not tomorrow, not next Monday. That's how you build momentum.
And I just want to leave you with this one final thought. The rules of the game have changed. What you can do matters so much more than where you went to school. What you've built is way more important than your last name. And just showing up day in and day out, that consistency will beat raw talent every single time. Your new career is out there waiting for you. The only real question is, when are you going to